Hey guys, so ever since I posted the first video over on YouTube the other day, I was thinking of how to follow on from that because the first one was a little bit involved. It was diorama making, it was, putting a whole scene together and using kind of the monitor at the end to get that kind of figure background. Obviously, a lot of people don't want to start off as their first project and jump in immediately and do a full diorama build. So today we're going to fix that by going tiny. We're going to start off small. We're going to take the most basic of things and turn it into something cool. So roll the damn intro. This is what we're working with today. I picked up these toy figures from a local toy shop. Honestly, they're not good. Details on them are not fantastic. They're not very well painted. They were about £2 a piece, and you can tell the only movable part is the arm, and it's just hinged at the shoulder. Although they do kind of come half kind of pose, I suppose. Little Spider-Man with his web slinging action going on here. So I'm going to try and take these most basic of things and turn them into something cool using some basic tips and tricks, and I'm going to walk you guys through the entire process. Let's go. So the search for finding the right location for this has brought me outside. So I'm actually going to shoot these three figures on this little like wooden plinth thing that I've got, and we're going to jazz it up with one of these. Now the cool thing about these is that if you just press the button normally, you get like a burst of air come from it. However, if you turn it upside down and hold it, you get like this like compressed kind of fog, essentially, like it's frozen. It's you get like this little sort of dust and particles from, I don't know, I'm not a scientist, okay, I just know what it does. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this around. We're going to shoot this camera in burst mode. I'm literally just going to hold this next to the figures, hold this down, spray it, take the phone, put it in burst mode, and just take a load of shots of all the smoke, all the effects, all of that kind of hitting all the figures at once. We're going to shoot them from a little bit of a low angle here in order to give them a little bit more life more than anything, and this is the compressed air that we're going to use. So normally just straight air out the top like as shown. When you turn it upside down, you will smoke and mist on top, and that's basically what we're going to do to get the desired effect. And then we will put all of that together at the PC in a minute and edit the whole thing together. So I'm going to walk you guys through just a couple of the editing techniques in order to get this ready, I suppose, to post for Instagram or anywhere else that you're going to post it for that matter. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this in 1080 by 1350. That's currently the largest resolution that Instagram will allow in terms of its pictures on the platform. Now, a couple things here. You could just resize this to the right aspect ratio and post it and get away with it, and that's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. The thing that I like to do in terms of my photos is I will normally take one master photo, that's one clean shot, no effects going on, nothing additional, and then I will then take all the additional photos there afterwards with the effects on. The reason I do that is because then you've always got one clean version of the picture to go back to. So if you ever make a mistake, you need to go in and mask something, you want to go in and re-edit something, you've always got one clean version of the shot with no effects going on. Worst case scenario, then you can always go through and edit something in if you need to, or take something away if something goes wrong. So I always do that for pretty much all of my photos. I'm going to show you here a little bit of the technique in terms of masking and stuff. It's really, really simple. All you do is go to layer, go to layer mask, go to reveal all. You'll then be able to take the paintbrush here. Now, as long as the paintbrush is selected as black, you can then come in with whatever opacity you want, and you can just go, I don't want that anymore, and you can just erase away as you see fit. Now let's just dial it up to 100 just so you can see. So if we, for whatever reason, we didn't want the effect on this side, you can come in here and delete this away. And one of the things that you may want to do just initially is come over here and just drop the opacity of this layer, and then just make sure that they're lined up, you know, just to make sure that the figures actually line up, so when you are measuring up the layers themselves, they look all right. One of the things I would normally do is come in here and use a tripod. So I'd normally shoot this on a tripod, so there was no hand movement. I did this handheld today, just super quick, just to show you guys. But if, for example, you wanted to come in, you wanted to maybe remove some of the effect off of Iron Man here for whatever reason, you know, so his face visible, you would come in and do that. Or if you want, you know, more around his hand, up his arm, whatever the case may be, this is what you would do. Now, easiest way for me to show you this is actually on a previous photo that I did, which is here, which is an old shot of mine of the old Lord Saladin here from Destiny. So this was the original shot that I took. This is done with the exact same technique that we did today. I put the figure, posed him, put a little bit of flour, as in baking flour, on the floor in front of him. I turned that air canister upside down and blasted it, and then just took a series of burst shots then with the camera on a tripod. So nothing moved, all that was moving was the effect itself. And then I just layered each one of those images on top of one another, the ones that I liked. I then masked out the areas accordingly. So I took obviously the part of the body from this one, and then just masked everything through. So he's coming through the fog. Now you could do a little bit more on here if you wanted to. You could come in here and, you know, you could clean up some more, have more of his armor sort of showing through if you really wanted to. There's all sorts of different, you know, if different ways to do this. Nothing's right, nothing's wrong. It's down to your personal preference. You know, this particular shot, like I say, you could just post it as it was. You don't need to tweak anything to it. You know, it's there, it's done, it's finished. The effect is on. Or you could go to town on it. If you are shooting on your phone, which is what this video was all about really, it was about showing you guys that you can do this simple effect using very, very basic tools. You could just download Lightroom on your phone and do everything on there. Bit of color correction, you know, dial up the highlights, change the image a little bit, hue and all that sort of stuff, and post it straight to Instagram. Not a problem at all. So that is pretty much it for this one. This is part of a new series that we're just going to do, which is just a Tuesday tip series. And in this, I'm going to try and keep them nice and short and sweet, and just kind of walk you guys through week by week a couple different things that you can put in your back pocket, use as different tools for this type of photography. If you do use any of the you know, kind of the tips in this, just tag me on Instagram so I can see them. I'd love to see. I'm always looking for other people to inspire me, and the community posts such great content that you guys are always a wealth of inspiration. There's a whole load of figure photography people out there that do incredible work week by week, and I borrow and steal from them all the time, because that is the best way to learn and create things yourself, is look at things that other people are doing and then put your own little flair and your own little spin on them. So that's it for today. We're done. I'm out. My voice hurts, and I have an absolute bucket of coffee that needs my attention. So until next time, see you guys.